Got some bees on property. Unfortunately, because of the weather, we've unfortunately lost some, but that is still doable, at least from what I've heard. Please pardon my voice. Been under the weather for a couple days. So yeah, we're just going to pop this box open and I'll kind of walk you through the steps on what I'm going to do. Again, as you can tell by my bleach white bee suit, that this is the first time that I've done this, so their mistakes will be made. Just going to pop this top off first. There's going to be a little canister in here of some sugar water that will keep them in underneath the lid, for now anyways. Our queen's going to be in a cage inside, so I'm actually going to retrieve her first. If you're asking why I'm not wearing gloves, definitely taking a risk. Probably going to get popped in my first time, but there's no way I could grab this can with bees on it. All right, just going to set that to the side. So our queen is right there. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay. She is free. Okay, there she is. So she's just got some, they put her in there with a couple of bees to help her out. So she, at least to my understanding, she actually does not feed herself, so they help her eat. So they put them in there with her. If you can see right here, there's a little block of sugar right here. So she goes in here, and then they put a cork in this hole. This side is corked as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this cork out, and then the bees are going to eat from this side and this side. They'll eat through the sugar to free her, and that'll give them a couple days to kind of get acclimated to her into the hive and keep them home. And they're going to start. Hopefully, they will start drawing out some comb. Got a local beekeeper that was kind enough to give me 2 frames of comb. Actually gave me 5, but I'm going to use 2 in this hive for now. So you can see they're already there checking it out, and that will get them started, and they won't necessarily be starting from ground zero, which is always good. So we're going to pop that cork out. Make sure I'm doing the sugar side. Okay, so that's what they'll be eating through, and we're actually gonna put it in there sideways like this. So if any of the bees that are in there with her were to die, they would actually fall to this side, and they would not fall on the exit that we want her to go out. So she's going to come out the top. So the orientation is going to be in the hive like this. And we'll just stick that to some of the honeycomb in here. There we go. Okay. So I've actually we've got a frame feeder inside here with almost a gallon of sugar water. And I'm just going to spray them a little bit on the side. don't want to do too much. I'm also going to spray some of these frames. And I believe that is supposed to, these already are wax coated, but that'll help them draw the comb out a little faster. And it's about to get rowdy. So that's actually a lot of dead. So we'll just leave that there and the rest can come out. Give you guys a bird's eye view of what just happened. So the bees are starting to climb. And do their thing. So there's the queen in her cage. Right there. And so that's gonna, her pheromones are actually gonna keep them in the box. Keep them in the hive. Let's go down a little bit. Okay. Set our last frame in. Gently. Okie dokie. All right. So because there was quite a few dead in there, there's, like I said, they're starting out at a disadvantage just because of lack of numbers. So we are, and again, we are frame feeding. Some sugar water, but we're going to go ahead and I've got a medium super that I'm going to put on top with no frames. And we're going to put this pollen patty. Probably a rookie mistake here, just kind of going off everything that I've heard from other beekeepers. Still not 100% sure what I'm doing here. But I want them to be I don't want them to be disadvantaged. Or at least me doing what I can to eliminate the disadvantages. So I'm just going to set that right there. And to my knowledge anyways, the portions of, there's a little bit of plastic left on there. They will actually get rid of that themselves. So they'll take the trash out basically. But that just gives them something to eat on for the time being. Hopefully you guys can hear me under this veil, or I'm going to sound like a crazy person just talking to myself. Man, that's cool. So just show you a close-up. So we reduced, this is a entrance reducer. Just for comparison, you can see this one's wide open. We don't have any in there yet. But again, just because their numbers were kind of low, we went ahead and reduced the entrance down for heat and to give them a better ability to defend their hive. So I think I'm just going to back off and let them calm down and get used to their new home. In about 3 or 4 days, I'll come and check and make sure that the queen did exit her little box. And then in about 7 days, we will do our first inspection and make sure that she's laying eggs. I believe it's 7 to 10 days. We should start seeing eggs. They'll be drawing comb, but there's already drawn comb inside as well for them to get going with, as far as collecting nectar and pollen and making some honey. So we'll give you an update soon.